Hello, hello, hello. Hey, you guys. I am having a little trouble with my computer and all the things, but I wanted to come on and talk about Trump and the fundraising and just some interesting things that I have noticed throughout this trial and what I think we should be looking at as conservatives and what is happening to our country. So the first thing that I wanted to bring up, and I'm on my phone, so I'm gonna hopefully I can put in the stuff that I need, but we'll see. Work with me here. So the first thing that I wanted to show you all is this. Hold on, let me see if I can get this together. Let's see. Layout. Well, it looks like it's covering the screen. Let's see. All right, let me come over here. Well, so as you can see, there's something that these are the attorney generals, the district attorneys, the prosecutors. These are all the people that are prosecuting Trump. Okay. What do they have in common? They're all black. They are all black. And I bring this up. Okay, I'm going to have to move because this is kind of annoying. Just let's see, fits right in line with my day and with me trying to figure out these internet issues. Anyway, but the communists have a long used black people to try to advance their program. They have, with SNCC, with MLK, with Black Panthers, with just pretty much any social justice group that was black led. It was typically by communists, especially in America. And so it is not a coincidence that we have these black folks who are willing to do whatever they can for their love for the commies, love for the revolution, and trying to tear down America. Now, the funny thing about this, well, the not so funny thing about it, because at this point it is not funny. Our republic is truly it is at stake. It is astonishing that we have gone after, that there is a political party that has used their power in office to take down a politician, a former president at that. I mean, it is truly unprecedented. The levels that they have gone to use their power to go after a former sitting president is astonishing, and it shows you just how far they are willing to go to tear down America. There is no love for the country from the left. If when you are willing to do this at all costs, you don't love America. You don't care about democracy, even though we all know we are a representative republic if we can keep it. You don't love the people. You don't, nothing that you can say tells me that you, and nothing that you've done tells me that you love the country, because you don't. If you can put all that aside and go after a sitting president, you can put the Constitution aside, you can put the future of the country, you can put all of those things aside to go after a future president, you're evil. You are antithetical to the American ideals, and this is it is a sad time in our country. But the communists have always used, not always, but they have long used black Americans to advance their revolution, because black people we have internalized race, the blackness, levels of melanin. It means so much to us now. And I'm sorry if you're commenting, I can't. Oh, wait, yes, I can. Oh, hi, JCL. How are you? Thanks for tuning in. Um, uh, don't worry, this will be overturned through appeal. I hope so. I do hope that this is overturned through the appeal. However, it has still set a precedent that is not good for the country. And it's like you can't unring this bell, that this is how low the left, so-called Americans, have gone to keep their power, to get their revolution. And the thing that I want Republicans to realize is just how far these people are willing to go. Because unfortunately, I predicted this. I predicted that Trump would be the nominee because they were doing all the things that they do, that the left does, to get a candidate to the point that they want them to get them to take them down later. It's neither here nor there now. It's water under the bridge. But we need to pay attention to what the left does and believe them. I feel like a lot of Republicans, particularly older ones, are like living in this, like, well, they're not really going to go that far because they still do really love America. They just see America in a different way. No, they hate America. They hate you too. And some of these Republicans hate us as well. They don't care about America. They don't care about the rule of law. They don't care about America's our standing as a nation. Clearly, that's why borders are open. That's why children are being trans. That's why men are going into women's bathrooms. That's why the LGBTQ whatever is so rampant. That's why all the things are happening, because it is a concerted effort to tear our country down. And I would say Trump is pretty much the perfect target for this, because they have had, the left, when I say they have had over 8 years now to malign him, to smear him, to libel him, to do all the things to convince a nation that he is not a good person, that he's someone that you should hate and you should just be mad at. And he's the cause for every single thing that's ever gone wrong in America, from 1776 to 2024. It's Trump. He's the problem. He's the big bad guy. And it is something that they've really worked on. They have perfected this thing to where you have people who see what's going on and will totally understand and know that they are using the power that they have in office to take down a former president, but they don't care. It is it is a war against our own country from within. And communists have long known that the way to tear down America would be from within. I want to just remind you guys that I just released a new t-shirt. It says free indeed. So if you're on YouTube, you can hit the shop button. You can go check out those t-shirts. Please support my channel. Please support my work. This is not easy stuff to do. And so if you enjoy this content, please share, please subscribe, please go and support. There's my Cash App is in the description. There's plenty of ways to give. So please do that. I just wanted to say that I have to get better at promoting myself and asking for support, because I definitely need it. Where was I? Let's see. But Trump is basically the perfect the perfect target for this, because they have done such a good job and they've had 8 years to do it, to completely tear him down and make him seem like the bad person and just throw the baby out with bathwater when it comes to our country, because they just don't care anymore. The left does not care. JC says, I'm sorry, Steve O 215 says all Democrats and many of the Republicans are controlled. It is true. It is true. It's unfortunate, but it is true. Um, and here's why most Americans are able to be controlled. Because, and some of you might be able to predict what I'm going to say because you've been following my content, my work, and stuff like that. And so, but when you have over 90% of Americans that have gone through the public school system, and then they become lawmakers, and then they become judges and AGs and district attorneys and lawyers, and they go or activists and all the things, pastors, preachers, teachers, they go out into the world. They have not learned what communism is because public schools have not taught what communism really is. And I suspect that they have done that on purpose. They have not taught what it really is. It's on purpose because they do not want you to know that it is essentially going to tear down everything that you think you are fighting for. Because if you think that you are fighting for this utopian society, and we can all just live in peace and harmony, and there'll be no wars, and we're just going to take from the rich and give to the poor, and nobody will have to work, and the government will just control everything properly. When you have been sold this lie over and over and over and over again, you will think that what you're doing is right. And let's be real, propaganda works. Propaganda works. It's why so many people hate Trump and don't even know why. It's why so many of the young people are out there fighting, for Hamas and for the Palestinians and all of this stuff, and they don't even know what they're talking about or what they're doing. They have no freaking clue but propaganda works. And once it has been internalized and emotionalized and all these things, all they have to do is, just like Pavlov's dogs, ring that little bell and they'll start salivating, and they'll go running to grab their protesting stick and poster and be on the front lines, and will not have nary clue about what the heck is going on. So that's why they're doing it, because they haven't been taught what communism is. So they don't even recognize it when it's right in front of their faces. They're like, oh, this is great. Oh, we're taking down the bad guy. They don't understand that the government using its political power to tear down another politician when it's frivolous. It would be another thing if we were talking about, I don't know, a sitting president that had dealings with, I don't know, maybe Ukraine. I don't know. It would be different if there was evidence of bribes and all of those things. The real people who were actually committing the atrocious crimes, like the sitting president is currently. Then it would be reasonable. It would be appropriate. But hush money from 2016, where it was the federal government said there's nothing to see here. The FBC said nothing to see here about Trump's charges. And then now the state picks up a federal charge, prosecutes a federal charge, and convicts a federal charge while being the state. I mean, it's just like all legal law and order, precedent, all of these things have been thrown out the window. Like, what the freak is this thing? There are even some Democrats that have some ounce of respect for the law, that's like, this ain't looking too good. Something in the buttermilk ain't clean. Like, this is not okay. There are actually some Democrats who are saying this is not a good thing. And so that's good to know. That is definitely good to know. But check out this is what we're going to be seeing from now until November. This is what they wanted. Check out this soundbite.
to assess whether or not you want to put a convicted individual in the presidency. And
now that was former RNC chairman Michael Steele. That's a so-called Republican, y'all. But what he said is exactly what I said was going to happen. Convicted felon. That's what's going to be on the headlines. That's what's going to be on the newspapers. Every time we see Trump, that's what they're going to be playing. When I say they, I'm talking about the left. The left. They're going to be playing those sound bites. That we're going to hear that forever. It's going to feel like. But that's what they wanted, because they needed that for their propaganda they're about to run on the country, because they are going to use that to convince those people who are the independents and the right-leaning Democrats, or the Democrats that see like something right here, I'm not really sure about voting for a Republican. It's definitely going to have some impact on them. I'm not saying that, how much, because I do feel like on one hand, the Democrats have overplayed their hand, but you never know. Like the midterms taught me, you just never know, because I was like, for sure, we are not going to, that people are completely fed up with Biden and they want change, but we didn't see that red wave. So, but those are the types of things that we're going to hear over and over and over and over and over again. And JCL says, just playing a few seconds of MSDNC cost me brain cells. I'm sorry. Hey, I had to listen to more of that just to get that little clip. So I'm sorry. This is another one of our faves. Check this out.
All over social media, I got so many text messages.
People
were calling like, so he could still run? Yes, honey, he could still run, and he could still win. So you all need to vote, which is, I know it sounds crazy because.
Yeah, so just get out there and vote. And did you see like the ticker? Trump, GOP lies about Trump verdict. What have we been lying about? What? It was rigged. It is jacked up. It's a scam. It's a sham. It's all the things. Nobody's lying. The only people that's lying is the left. But they are the ones in power right now. And so they are able to convince those, they have the mic at the moment. So they can say these things. And they have so much influence over every single institution. And that's not all Republic. That's not all Republic. That's not just the left's doing. Some of that is Republicans, because we've had Republican presidents, and no matter what, why do we still keep ticking to the left? I mean, if we want to actually win and turn our country around, we've got to stop caving. We have got to start having a backbone. We have got to start using power appropriately when we have it. Otherwise, we're not going to have a country. Hi, Ms. Kion Michael. Thank you so much. Hey there, you better say that. Thank you. Hey, Jesus loves you. Hi, Keisha. All this makes me angry what they are trying to do to Trump. My stance of him will never change. Thank you so much, Palmyra. Jesus loves you. Thank you. You says you lost brain cells as well. Yeah, I hear you. Here's the thing. We know the people who are going to vote for Trump. Like, that's solidified. That was solidified, for a long time. we know who's going to vote for Trump. Okay, cool. But we cannot win on our votes alone. That's the thing. You can't win on our votes alone. And so that is why my suggestion was not only because he's my governor and he's a good, that's what my suggestion was Governor DeSantis, because it eliminates this whole thing. It makes it a much easier sell. But that's neither here nor there. That bridge is unpassed. What we're dealing with is what we're dealing with today. And how are we going to convince the people who were on the fence to come over to the right? And I know we see more Black people coming over to the right. And I know we see more people on these street videos like, yeah, Trump. But here's the thing that we don't typically think when we're thinking about voters. People who are not in the norm of voting and they're not in the habit of voting, they don't really pay attention to the things. You have to really remind people, you have to make sure they get to the polls, you have to make sure they know all the things that they're supposed to know to actually vote on the day that they're supposed to go, and do all the things that they're supposed to be registered properly, be all the things. The RNC, and I used to work for them, but they didn't have those mechanisms set up to bring in new people and have an apparatus that could continually remind them where to go, when to vote, here's what you do, da 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 da. The left has that stock and barrel. They have things called souls to the polls. They will literally pick you up and take you to vote. They literally break the law and will tell you, just they tell you how to vote. Like, they don't care. But they have those apparatuses, those mechanisms, those processes set up already. We didn't have that. We did not have that. And so, because we don't have that, okay, I don't want to get too excited about the people that we see on these like man on the street videos. Is the RNC, because that's where all of this would take place, getting people to vote. That's the hub of where they send out, they fund different they should be funding different organizations and different groups and stuff to make sure that people can get others to the polls. That's what this is for. That's what it should be for. So I don't know. Let's see what they do. But I will say that I'm glad to see the tide turning. But my concern is with, are we going to have those people who say that they are open and willing to vote for Trump? Are we going to be able to get them to the polls to actually vote? So that's my concern. Because we can say all the things that we say, but it comes down to getting people there and making sure they're registered properly and that they know what to do when it comes down to it. So let's just see. Both parties get kicks. Steve O says both parties get kickbacks from the money they send overseas for these wars. I saw the list. Yeah, I'm not surprised. No wars under Trump. That is true. No wars under Trump. No new wars. Just Biden is like Mussolini in that he is a total putz. Yeah, he is that. Matter of fact, as I wrap it up here, I want to play you. This just was so disgusting. Like, I was so disgusted to see a United States president react like this when something so damaging to our country just happened. So check this out. Let's see if I have it. Oh crap, I can't play it. Anyway, the clip was Joe Biden. He takes the podium and he smiles and he's like chuckling before he gives his remarks about what had just happened to Trump. And it's not funny. It's not funny. It's not cute. And it just really goes to show you that these people, they claim that they love America, but they don't. They're like, oh, we love America. Go have an abortion. Oh, but we love America. Go trans your kids. Oh, but we love women. We'll put men in women's bathrooms. Oh, but we love, we love America. We will totally and completely take down any president, any former president. We will totally bypass laws and precedent and all the things because we love America so much that we're going to ruin it. Like the Democrats have quite a bizarre way of showing love to the people that they say that they love. I would hate to see what hate looks like from these people if this is love. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I just wanted to share my thoughts about this before it got too down the road and just all the trouble I've been having with my technical issues. It was all good. But like I said, I just have a new T-shirt. It says "Free Indeed." You can go and check that out on my YouTube channel, and the links are there below. Please support the channel. You can give through PayPal. You can give through my Cash App. You can give through, yeah, I think those are pretty much the ways. Cash App, PayPal. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.